She jumps in the lake, immediately starts drowning. This girl starts panicking, who's the streamer. Her and her friends start laughing, and they go and say, oh my god, this is like literally crazy. We gotta get out of here. And they leave.
No way.
And they left that lady drowning.
Man, grand rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Collective again. If you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish you a smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But today, I had to give a little shout out to all my people who've been commenting, to all the Collective who've been commenting nonstop. And that was starting off with the most comments with 1,292. Liz Walsek. We also got Bella Bissonette. We got Cindy G in Tennessee. Love Terry. Shout out to you. We got Dime 9885 and Melissa Alfing. Holistic Healer / Starseed. I gotta give y'all some love, man. Thank you for all the comments. I told y'all I'm gonna shout y'all out periodically. If I'm gonna be able to look and see who commented the most and leading the race though. For everyone else who has been commenting, again, these names I already damn near done said. Rachel Carrier, y'all, you know we go back, man. Shout out to Canada. I know you've been rocking for a minute. Jackie Isabella, J1 Pro, I see you in the comments a lot, bro. I remember you too. Shout out to you. You a real one. C Fish and Bruce Wayne's girl. Anky B as well. And it's a few more. I'm going to get to y'all. I'll bring y'all back around. And matter of fact, I'm going to just say it now. Mardisha Smith, Mandy, Ahondra Smith, Love Heals and Conquers, Emerald Pink, and John Rashter. I hope I got y'all names right. I apologize if I didn't. I apologize. Just let me know. We'll have to figure it out. But y'all been rocking with the channel for a long time, and I'm gonna give y'all flowers. So thank you. I appreciate the support. I'll be checking the P.O. box again as well. I seen some comments and y'all said y'all send me some books and poems and some documents. So I will overlook that as well. I'll get there as soon as possible. But I thank y'all. But y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Now, when I say the world is a stage, I mean the world is a stage. Did Stevie Wonder just forget that he was blind? Or is this just a coincidence? You see, nothing is what it seems in this world, guys. You guys remember this one where he catches the falling mic? Oh, one more time for all the people at the back. Mic grab. It is all an illusion. The world is one big stage, and you are being played.
I mean, they do say your senses get better, so maybe he sensed it falling.
This is footage that somebody grabbed of somebody throwing shit out of one of the White House bedroom windows. Trump has kind of disappeared and not been in the public, and then he posted a week-old photo of himself, which is very strange, right? And then this surfaces. Check this out.
Got another one? Oh, it's not here, right? Oh, there you go. You got it? He's in there? I guess that's one way to clean out.
So, what the f? First of all, you're not supposed to be able to open those windows because it's a huge security risk. Secondly, you certainly are not supposed to be throwing shit out of the windows. This is absolutely unheard of, super crazy. Experts are saying the only way this is possible is if it's Melania in a huge fight with the president and they can't stop her because it's Melania. Get the popcorn out because I think things are going to get weird if they're not already weird. Peace, blessings, and shot.
Y'all think it's a distraction or y'all think it's something serious? Spam it up and let me know. I didn't see too many comments about that in the last video about the White House and Trump and all that. I'm curious. What y'all think? Y'all think they got to fight? What y'all think? Let me know. Spam it up. But I love Five-Headed Angel's content. I gotta give it to y'all. I love his content. That's him, the alien dude in Atlanta. Them two, I would for sure say I gotta sit down and have a talk with them. And Damon Draper, I gotta sit down and have a talk with them 3 people, with two people and the alien. I gotta have a talk with them, bro. I got to. I gotta catch a vibe with them. They got gems. It's just something I gotta do. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling.
ボタンでしょ。中地力だって配ってんだし、男の人に。わかる。
リンカリンカリンカリンカ
戻ったどうしたどうしたどうしたどうしたびっくりした。
NPC activity. The Matrix was glitching, bro.
Have a look at this massive sculpture of Jesus. This is pretty cool, guys. Now, I want you guys to know that Jesus never meant to create followers. He meant to create leaders. He meant to create Christ within you. This is why Jesus said in the Bible that the kingdom of heaven is found within. You are not meant to worship a man. You are meant to become more like him and access your Christ consciousness. It is Christ consciousness that is returning to the earth, not the physical version of Jesus. Religion indoctrinated the people by getting you to put your faith externally when the real power is found within. Jesus knew this, and so did all the other prophets. You need only to look within to find the real answers. Peace and love.
People are getting microchip implants. A Wisconsin company called 3 Square Mart has been doing it for a while, and now it's happening in Sweden.
People in Sweden putting implants, microchips, right,
Yes.
into them. We've seen something like this here. There was a company that
In
they're
Wisconsin,
right,
yeah.
so they could get stuff out of the vending machine with
Yeah.
these microchips. So what's happening in Sweden?
So basically in Sweden over the past couple of years, several thousand people have had these little rice grain sized microchips put into their hands, which contain information that they can use to, say, check into the gym or get into the office or pay for train tickets, right? So on the one hand, everyone can appreciate that that's convenient, right? How many times have you been looking for your key fob at the gym or can't remember
Yeah.
your password for something? But I think the bigger question here is, look, as the human body itself becomes a technological platform, right, there are big questions we need to consider about what kind of information is put out about us, from us, quite literally, and
Right.
also further down the line, what kind of access do other people or platforms have to that information that is inside us, right? This is
Yeah.
a biotech question, this kind of blurring of the lines between the human body and tech. I mean, it's one thing if you're holding your smartphone and instead of emitting data about you, it's another thing if your own hand is doing the same thing.
Now, some gonna disagree with this. For me, I like to say this isn't the mark of the beast. I would like to say the cell phone, the chips and the cards to pay for things are already the mark of the beast. And the reason why I say that is because, okay, the chip in the hand is the ultimate step. That's their last step to get their plan in order, right? For the mark of the beast. We know what that is. That's the worst of the worst, right? Well, when you're trying to put somebody in position to do something you want them to do, you're not going to give them the worst of the worst first. You're not. If you ever did anybody wrong or did any type of dirt, or if you was on that bad side ever in your life, let's be honest here. You don't give nobody the worst first, especially when you're trying to mold their mind and you're trying to control them. You don't give them the worst of the worst first. You give them the worst in pieces. So that when you finally get to your last step, their back is against the wall. It means it's chess. Come on, bro. If we say it's 3D chess, this is how you play chess. Small steps to get the game over with. It's all about planning until you get that last plan is in order. You get what I mean? You got to plan 20, 50, 100 steps ahead of your opponent. That would be steps ahead of us. Now, if they just gave it to us and be like, okay, now you use it, and then we'd be like, oh, that's the mark of the beast. There's not just one step. Come on, bro. To a master plan, there's never one step to a master plan. There's always planning that goes ahead of time with anything you do. But a master plan like that, come on, bro. That's a small, you ease people in with that. And it's like you already can pay, you already can tap, you already can Apple Pay. You already can do all these different things without physically putting your card into the card reader. That ain't similar. That ain't similar to putting it in your hand. It says on the screen, replacing IDs, train tickets, and key cards. Replacing. I don't know. That's what I stand on. I always stand on that. I always say that the chip has already came. It's in your phone. It's literally in your card. They made that mandatory. Why was that switched? So that they could lead us into something else. But some people would disagree, and that's perfectly fine. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know y'all opinions. To anybody who live in Sweden, have you got this? Are you thinking of getting it? How do you feel if you haven't got it? Let me know. And I'm curious. When they say we got metals in our body, what if they put them chips in, mixed with the metal? They can do whatever they want. I'm just asking. Can they change the inside of our DNA and make us? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a question. I'm just questioning. Some will blame it on old age, bro. That's a clone or what?
TikToker because he's making a 10-foot bunny animatronic that looks like the Five Nights at Freddy's. For what? He's saying it for fun. Every day he's doing updates on like
After I finish the frame of the legs, the arms, the body, get the wiring sorted out, get the speaker installed, get the voice box implemented into the chest, probably finish the face, honestly, and then like finally begin the installation of the fur outer layer, which will look really cool too. Like a long brownish yellow rabbit fur for Nosy, because Nosy needs skin. Nosy will not be cold. Nosy will be completed no matter what.
10 foot. He can run 30 miles per hour. Oh my god, actually? Yeah. Fireproof, waterproof, literally everything proof. And he made it so he can crouch, he can spy. Everyone's like, okay, what are you making it for? Yeah. Oh, it's for fun. Bro, look how scared
he's on the front lines, man.
This is the AI pick what he's trying to make it, but there's another one. This is the legs.
Oh my god, bro.
Citra, that's his name on TikTok. You can search him up.
See, they want to shut down Plastiline because that's to help us, and that's to help the world. If this right here, this bunny ain't gonna help the world, bro, then why they ain't shutting that shit down? I'm curious here. If he gonna use that for his own selfish reasons, they need to be shutting his ass down. If you ain't gonna use that towards for entertainment purposes, what I'm about to say ain't true. If you ain't gonna use this for a fake party, or for a certain amount of people who at the top of a totem pole, then bro, get that shit out of here. We don't need that. You want some selfish shit, so you a part of the problem. You not with us. He not with us if that's for some selfish reasons. If that's for to help the people, if we ever have to go turn up and take it to another level, and something with three letters in it happen, and we can use that against them, cool, I'm all for it. But if it's just for his personal thing to spy on people and do dumb shit, bro, nah, we don't need no more dumb shit in this wicked world. My opinion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. Let me know y'all thoughts. If it's fireproof, bulletproof, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Why would he even do some shit like this?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is so scary, guys. They're doing it, guys. They had to create the 5G towers and the blue lights, which happened while you were home, to save lives and take something. So they told the scientists that they needed to have the 5G towers with the blue lights and the you know what from 2020. I'm not gonna say what, but Fauci recommended it a lot, Dr. Fauci. All those three things combined, once you took that, their DNA is altered. So when they release a signal of 18 gigahertz jump from the quantum computers through the 5G towers, through the blue lights into possessing the bodies of those who took the you-know-what, turning them into complete zombies. They're gonna search for death and not find it. When the time is right, they're gonna release a signal of 18 gigahertz pulsating for 1 minute 3 different times, cracking open the nanoparticle gels that holds a pathogen that deletes gene 1p36. That gene is responsible for critical thinking.
Particles, the hydrogel, there exists pathogens inside of the particles that have not yet opened. Those pathogens are chimeric. They include E. coli, Marburg, Ebola staphylococcus, and brewer's yeast, amongst others. We know that upon the broadcast from the 5G system that is now employed across the United States, and the world for that matter, when they broadcast an 18 gigahertz signal for 1 minute, 3 different times as a pulse, it will cause those lipid nanoparticles to swell and release these pathogenic contents, thereby causing a Marburg epidemic that they've already spent the money on. It's already done, right? The Marburg epidemic, for purposes of the law, has happened, and now we just need the actual disaster to happen. And there's actually worse parts to it than that, including the 1p36 gene deletion that effectively will turn those poor people into zombies.
Yeah.
Odd as that sounds, our government's preparing for that.
Thank you.
I want to challenge everybody. So, again, if you agree with something, don't get mad and be so angry with other people because they don't agree with it. So, if you did take the whatever they gave in 2020, that's your business, bro. If everybody always seemed to got something to say about people who did it. And honestly, some of the people who talking that crazy shit about people who got it, they even got it. They just trying to act like they didn't because they know they made a mistake when they got it. Like, take that L if you did. But it's just like, everybody be so insulting. Trying to be like, oh, you got that, bro? You're going to get this and you're going to get that and you're going to go through this and you're going to... It's like, why we always pointing the finger at them? Let them people live. If they got the thing and that's what they did, let them have it. We all going to go through some shit one day. It ain't going to be just them. It's almost like wishful thinking on other people. I feel like that's like low vibrational too. And it's like, they didn't gave, what about all the other bullshit they didn't gave us? What about the flu? I can't say these words, but when they give it to you during flu season, what do you think? Like, bro, do you think that they just giving you healthy nutrients too? I'm asking. When you going, I'm sure, when you going to see them white coats, you think you taking all these little different things? Who's to say they telling you whatever you taking has this in it? But what if it doesn't? What if it has the same shit that has in it? They spraying it in the vegetables. They spraying it on the fruit. Like, do you think you? What if when they was chemtrailing or cloud seeding, that shit's coming down and it's the same shit? You don't know. The fog, you don't know. So everybody talking, well, because you got this, I'm not going to say it's funny. It's going to be funny, but it would be kind of funny if I see somebody pointing a finger at somebody who got that shit in 2020. And then they turn around and the person who got that shit in 2020 turn into one, but the person who was pointing the finger really going to turn into one too because you ingested that shit and didn't even know you did. Be some crazy shit, right? But let's not, like, let's vibrate higher than that. So if they got it, let's pray for them. Simple. Don't wishfully think some shit or don't pull some shit and be like, hey, that's going to happen. If it does, it does. I'll pray for them even if it does. But if it doesn't, I'm still going to pray. Why we always do that? I hear it all the time. I see it all over the internet. So I had to ask.
Tell y'all true story. Be so boom. Watch this video to the end. This can't be real. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. Look at this, man. Shh. Shut up. There's no way that's possible. This can't be real. Who are those people? Who are they? Because they're not outside when he looks out the window. Who is that? Look all these people walking by the car. But there's nobody by the car. Shh. Shut up. I told you, get up out of there now. Shh. Shut up. Who were those people? Did you see how many people there were? Guess where that was at? He was parked in front of a hospital. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know where that guy got that camera from or whatever those cameras are doing. Seeing people that's not there because that's not true. That was special effects, green screen, and all types of things like that. Shut up. I told you. Get ready, guys. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of things that you can't see with your eyes. You ever realize that? You're only able to see things on camera, but you're not able to see it with your eye. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game here, guys. You can see what's going on in these streets. Shut up! You know what car was that. Don't you say it. Stop playing with me, son. It's getting real out here, guys, and you know what's going on. But I tell you one thing. If I ever get into my friend's car, which is one of these cars, the camera, and I see a whole bunch of people walking by, and when I look, there ain't nobody walking by. Yo, bro, come on, let's get up out of here.
Y'all noticed that there used to be Cybertrucks everywhere. Not no more.
Shit's getting weird. Part infinity.
On January 24th, 1961, a B-52 bomber carrying 2 nuclear bombs broke apart in midair over Goldsboro, North Carolina. The plane had been on a routine flight from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base when a fuel leak caused the right wing to fail. As the bomber fell apart, the bombs dropped to the ground. Each bomb had a yield of 3 to 4 megatons, over 250 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb. One bomb deployed its parachute and landed intact. The other plummeted into a muddy field, with several of its safety mechanisms failing. Incredibly, 3 of 4 safety switches malfunctioned, and only a single low-voltage switch prevented a catastrophic nuclear detonation that could have wiped out most of eastern North Carolina and irradiated the surrounding region. The U.S. government kept the near-disaster secret for decades. In 2013, a declassified report finally confirmed what had long been rumored. America came within a hair's breadth of nuking itself.
I got a question. How many crazy things do you think have not been declassified yet that has happened in this country? How many secrets do you think are still hidden? Just think about it, because I didn't know about this till today. I feel like that's pretty significant. I feel like this should be in the history books. America almost blew himself to smithereens. How many things have not been declassified yet? I bet you there's a ton of secrets, bro. And here's the crazy thing about that bombing thing, right? If, for example, it went off, what do you think America would have done? Back then, especially. What do you think they would have done? America would have been like, looks like Czechoslovakia is trying to bomb us.
I think they did that shit on purpose. It just didn't blow like they wanted it.
What would make you build a 10-foot, 6-inch animatronic, an indestructible robot? This robot can run faster than us. This robot is bulletproof. And again, this robot is 10 feet, 6 inches. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Listen to what he said.
Just to protect Nosy, make sure Nosy lasts.
That's the legs.
Forever. Permanent.
I'm not even that tall.
It'll be satisfying for me to know Nosy's not going anywhere.
Listen.
Even if Nosy is, on its own for a couple weeks.
On its own?
Or whatever. Just doing its own thing. It won't be damaged by the rain,
Listen.
water, anything, fire, bullets, nothing.
It won't be damaged by the rain, bullets, fire, nothing. What? And this is supposed to be the finished product. So you telling me this thing can run 32 miles an hour. This thing also has silent footsteps, 10 feet, 6 inches, 32 miles an hour, silent footsteps. That's an alien. And this thing right here can crouch like that. This thing right here can come to your window and look in your window. And I ask again, why is this man making this thing? Who does this man have a problem with? Because this shit right here, if it's built the right way, the United States Army might not be able to do anything to this animatronic. This is the Terminator 2025 right here. Mind you, he's building this thing, and he plans on taking this thing from state to state. Don't come to my state, man. For real.
Look, man. This the day and age we in. This is the day and age we in, bro. Where people making robots and want to make them 13 feet tall, spying on people. This is the day and age we are in. The day and ages of the Elons. The day and ages of these 10-foot ass bunnies, bro. The day and age of the children, they vanish left and right. Bro, what else is next, bro? When do we get tired of this shit? When do we get tired of it? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. This shit right here, bro. This shit right here. I just can't believe it sometimes. Yeah, because it got spacecraft too.
Yo, the whole planet is waking up. Check this out. Now, I don't want to hear no talks about CGI. This definitely legit right here.
Ahí ya se los puse en slow motion. I put this video in slow motion. I believe this is a real mermaid. Yo creo
It is real.
una real mermaid porque son solo.
There's a lot of skeptics out here. Listen, these aquatic beings definitely exist. The waters are waking up.
Because there's many more. I'm showing to you right there.
These aquatic beings have been depicted throughout ancient texts for millennia. In fact, there are several stories of fishermen, sailors, and even Navy personnel encountering them in the water. Heard several stories of them in places like Haiti, and it's been stated that their voices are so magical that they can sing and hypnotize the listeners to submit themselves to the water. Once you hear a mermaid or a siren sing, it's been said that the octave is so beautiful that you get completely hypnotized and lost in the sound of their voice. Now, at one point in history, some of these aquatic beings did attempt to communicate and get to know certain surface dwellers. But just as man always shows, they actually became very tumultuous. They began to hunt down the mermaids and sirens because they found out they had immortalized cell lines. Mermaids have the ability of regeneration, all right? They can actually get injured and regenerate. So these individuals will begin to hunt the mermaids, assuming that it will elongate their life force. Government and world leaders completely keep us in the dark about the existence of these beings. And they even show us movies like The Little Mermaid and attempt to write it off as fiction when we know it's actually true. What a lot of you don't know is that some of you are even related to these beings through ancient bloodlines from Atlantis and Lemuria. A lot of you probably have lots of dreams about water and even recall being involved in a flood. This is probably because you was a resident of ancient Atlantis at the time of the deluge. If you have fear of water and scared of things like swimming, 9 times out of 10 you're suffering from epigenetic trauma from past life memories. One of the best ways to access and unlock these ancient memories is through transcendental states of consciousness.
Hey, I don't swim. I told you I can't. I'm scared of that shit.
This streamer convinced this homeless lady to jump into a lake knowing she couldn't swim and would drown.
Really?
Yes.
Did it for the stream?
She did it for the stream. It was this girl named Natalie Reynolds, and I think she streams on Kick. She went to this lake with a couple of her homies. They see this homeless lady that's chilling by this lake. They walk up to this homeless lady. They tell her, it would be cool if like you jumped in the lake. And you could tell she's trying to play around with them a little bit. She's like, I kind of do want to get in, but what if I drown? And she was just like saying that she can't swim. She promised her if she jumped in the water, she would give her $20, and she said that she was scuba certified. Being desperate for $20, was sad, thinking, okay, yeah, maybe if I jumped right in, this girl will save me. Like, she'll come in and help me even if I wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah.
This video pissed me off, and I'll show you the video after. She jumps in the lake, immediately starts drowning. This girl starts panicking, who's the streamer. Her and her friends start laughing, and they go and say, oh my God, this is like literally crazy. We got to get out of here. And they leave.
No way.
And they left that lady drowning.
They didn't even give her the 20.
They didn't even give her the 20 either. They cut out. Wow. Somebody else that was there, I'm pretty sure, ended up calling for help. And firefighters that were in that area had to come over there, jump in the water, and rescue this lady right before she drowned. Like, she was literally already going to the bottom of the water, and they had to get her.
Whoa.
Yeah. This girl started getting stupid hate online. She got no repercussions from it from police, and then she jumped on her own social media and was saying that just give it a week, this will blow over.
That's insane, bro. Just to have that mindset, like whatever, bro. Like, you literally almost killed a lady.
Yes.
And your mindset is literally like, bro, it is not a big deal.
Yeah, but let me show you real quick, bro.
There's a scanner that you need to look for in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I drown?
I'm scuba certified. You should jump in.
She goes in.
Bro, look. If privileged was a word, if privilege was a person, this is who it would be. This is who it would be. Bro. That shit ain't even cool. And y'all know I get ass suitabilities for posting certain shit, and she didn't even get repercussions, bro? Oh my God. What world are we living in? I can't even say certain language because this shit is crazy to some people. Like, what? Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Oh my God. I cannot believe this shit. She damn near killed her. She damn near unalived this girl for some clicks and some views. See, shit like this is why I shouldn't deal with damn crazy ass comments. This is why I shouldn't have to deal with certain shit that I deal with in the comments. This is why I shouldn't have to deal with certain things that I deal with from this channel. Not even necessarily from the collective or nobody watching. Just shit behind scenes. I shouldn't have to deal with shit that I deal with when I stand for what I stand for. And there's people and content creators like this, or people who do worse shit than anything that you can imagine for clicks and views, and they don't deal with repercussions. It's almost like they get the green light to keep going. Oh my God. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro. She should have been thrown under the jail. No PC, none of that. They let her go up in there and rock with them. Let them get on her. Because that's some shit you need your ass whooped for. That's some shit you need your ass whooped for.
There's been some talk about the levee. I read in some newspapers that it was a mystery what happened to the levee because Katrina had passed by. And after Katrina had passed by, there was joy. Even though the wind damage was terrific, there was joy that the levee had held. And all of a sudden, people say they heard explosion. And some of the quick responders to justify criminal action said it must have been gas explosions leaking from some of the houses. But when we visited with Mayor Nagin on last Sunday, he told us there was a 25-foot hole under one of the levees. A crater under the levee. Suggesting. He didn't say what it suggested. But it was clear that a 25-foot crater. Then I got something from a Hal Turner. It says New Orleans, Louisiana divers inspecting the ruptured levee walls surrounding New Orleans found something that piqued their interest. Burn marks on underwater debris chunks from the broken levee wall. One diver, a member of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, saw the burn marks and knew immediately what caused them. He secreted a small chunk of the cement inside his diving suit and later arranged for it to be sent to trusted military friends at a U.S. Army forensic laboratory at Fort Gillem, Georgia, for testing. According to well-placed sources, a military forensic specialist determined the burn marks on the cement chunks did in fact come from high explosives.
Look at what they did with Rosewood. Look what they did with Lake Lanier. Look what they did to the Black Wall Street. Look what they did on 9/11. They don't care about us. The moment we all on one accord, the moment the shit stops. The moment we all, one go believing it and one don't believe it, we still gonna allow this shit to happen. That shit was orchestrated for entertainment purposes.
You know Michael Jordan? He has a superstition.
About what?
When he used to play, all of those years where he was dominating, he would wear his North Carolina shorts under his Chicago uniform.
Yeah.
And I didn't even take it in. They put that in Space Jam too.
Oh,
he's
there's
like,
like a
I hate
hidden?
my shorts.
Someone's gonna have to go to my house and pick up my basketball gear. Whatever you do, don't forget my North Carolina shorts.
Your shorts? From college?
I wore them under my Chicago Bulls uniform. Every game. Hey, I watched him after every game. Sure. I did.
And then remember they had to get it from the dog? Bugs and Daffy went to go get it? Yeah, bro.
Well, time to go. Did we get everything? The shorts! In there? Okay, I'll check. I found the shorts.
He always put his college basketball shorts on underneath his uniform because he had like a thing that he would play really well.
The black. The tie. 18. Shot. Jordan. Michael Jordan. 14 seconds. And Georgetown loses it. North Carolina has won the 1982 NCAA championship.
Athletes, spam up y'all superstitions. I'll spam mine up too.
Do you guys remember that crazy weird fog that we had late last year in major numerous cities making certain people sick? Well, I may have some answers.
Secret government experiment that was carried out in St. Louis. Residents tell us they still remember a mysterious fog. The United States Army now admits that it sprayed a chemical that contained cadmium, a known carcinogen, on a neighborhood of more than 10,000 people.
So yeah, this actually went down during the Cold War in the 50s and 60s, where our own US government used these citizens of a small town in St. Louis as test subjects for biological warfare. Now this whole thing was called Operation LAC, or Large Area Coverage, in which the US Army would spray zinc cadmium sulfide, which is a carcinogen that causes liver and kidney failure, just to name a few. Not to mention that some of these citizens were Air Force veterans themselves, but they didn't give a shit at all, so they just did it anyway. Now the reason they said they did this is because that small town in St. Louis had the same terrain and population as Moscow, because this is during the Cold War, and they wanted to test this biological weapon against the Soviet Union, so what better way to test it on your own subjects? Got it. So when they asked the US Army for a statement, they said the inhalation exposure would not pose a health risk, but in that same interview, one guy got lymphoma, the other person lost a brother to cancer, the other guy lost a kidney to cancer, but they said no health risk, so fantastic. Now, how far-fetched could it be that this residue fog thing that we've gotten last year could be an experiment that they're running again? I've even done my own independent research on my own AI-powered search engine called Diver, connecting conspiracies to verified facts. So I searched, tell me about zinc cadmium sulfide. It has potential connections, it has verifiable facts, and current events related to that topic. It even has a tab where it says continue the conversation, where you can talk to AI about this topic or anything else you want to ask it. This is much more needed now than ever because of fake news, real news. It's an information war, so this is what we need. It's still in beta testing, but go to usediver.com, check it out, sign up, let me know what you guys think about it. And also, let me know what you think about all this. Do you think the government is still experimenting on us? Let me know below.
Hell yeah, they is. And y'all go check out Use Diver.
I'm back, and we're gonna talk about mermaid combs. First thing I'm gonna say when it comes to mermaid combs, if you see a mermaid comb, throw it back in the water. Don't take it. But let's just say that you do decide to take the comb. You take the comb home, then you will be granted fame, fortune, power, all that good stuff. But you got ops in the water now. The mermaids ain't messing with you, more than likely. So every little body of water that you go by, know that they're gonna try to come get you and drag you down and tear you up for taking that comb. And if you say, whatever, I'm not gonna go by any water, okay, cool. Well, they got people that work for them that walk around on Earth just like you do and will come for you if they tell them to. Either way, they're gonna make you give up that comb. Now, if a mermaid offers you a comb, this is different. I still wouldn't take it though. But if a mermaid does offer you a comb, the mermaid's probably gonna say, you know, you take this comb and you gonna get this fame, this fortune, these riches, this power, all of that. But when I hit you up in your dreams or something like that and I call you when I need you, you better be ready. And you better be able to bring me whatever I ask you to bring me. And if you don't, I'm on your butt about that comb. If the comb ain't meant for you, you really just wasn't supposed to touch that comb, take that comb, it was never in your path to have that comb, You're gonna go crazy. You're gonna literally not be yourself until you decide to take that comb back. Any other questions?
Don't touch the comb. Stop touching shit that ain't yours.
Let's talk about the mermaids and their golden combs. Now, the mermaids that I typically talk about on my page are more so the Caribbean mermaids in Haiti and Jamaica. And within African and Caribbean folklore and spirituality, there are many mermaid-like figures, and the River Mama is one of them. And some might even call her Mami Wata. And there have been stories of mermaids in all parts of the world, not just in the Caribbean areas. And all of them always have something to do with them having some type of golden comb or a brush. And it is said that River Mama can sometimes appear sitting on a rock in the middle of the flowing water, combing her locks or hair within a golden comb. And when she has finished, she disappears back into the water, leaving the golden comb on the rock. And if any person overcome with greed goes in the water to try to claim the golden comb for themselves, then the River Mama will appear and drag them down to their watery deaths. Now let's just say the individual leaves the comb and go their separate way, and great fortune and luck will come to them. Now we all know that the real life mermaids are very known to be enchanting and can lure people into the water. Now it is said that sometimes they just place this comb to lure people just so they can drag them down there with them. And I also heard that they will leave that for people basically that they feel like is chosen, so they can grant them all type of wishes that they could even imagine. I'm talking about fame, fortune, riches, powers, abilities, you name it. If it's for them, then they'll know. But if it's not for them, then they'll know. It will literally drive them mad. Let's just say someone goes down there, they see this comb and it wasn't placed there for them. They take it home, they will literally go crazy into the point where they return and have to face the mermaid, and you don't even want to know what's going to happen next. But sometimes the mermaids will place this for people that they want or that they feel is chosen, and they will grant them and give them the best of fortune. So me, on the other hand, I'm not taking any chances. I'm just going to let it go, let it be. But like I've talked on one of my previous videos, it is also said that the River Mama guards the golden table that was left by Spanish conquistadors. And much like the comb, it is a test of individuals' honor and trustworthiness. So if you pass the test, it is said that the River Mama will lead them to sunken treasures. But if you still trying to get it with greed, then it will not end well for you. Now in some tales, it says if the River Mama or the mermaids is frightened, they'll leave the comb on the boulder. She'll basically just dive back in the river, leaving the comb behind. And whoever finds it will become very rich. But it's just best to leave her and her items alone, because there's no telling what she would do. Because locals have claimed that the River Mama is known to have put people in a trance. And if you touch her or go near her, she can dry the river up, because y'all gotta realize the fish and all the river creatures are her children. So if you mess with her, she could dry the river up and nobody will ever eat or have any water. So it's best just to leave sis alone. And like most urban legends and myth and folk tales, there's always some truth to it, because I find it so crazy that I'm talking about like years and years ago, even Christopher Columbus have stated that he's seen mermaids. Now, I don't know if I really believe him, but mermaids have been a part of history for centuries. And I feel like there's at least some type of truth to it. And there has been individuals who have spotted and interacted with mermaids. So I really strongly believe that this stuff is so true. So let me know in the comments if y'all believe in mermaids, or if y'all ever had any family members that have told y'all stories about them. I would love to hear about it.
When it comes to systematic construction, it's all being facilitated by operations, which is the blueprint for genetic self-preservation through technocratic sorcery. This is why the deep state shadow government is creating robots to deliver babies. Because when you break down all forms of monotheistic religion, it talks about how the devil has 6,000 years on the planet. But who is the devil? Is Shaitan. Shaitan is connected to the Canaanite bloodline. Who is the Canaanite? The Canaanite is the beast, who is also known as the Ukrainian mafia, which is the Ashkenazi over in Israel. The atmospheric oxidation levels on the planet start to dematerialize, which manipulates the biological functions of the Canaanite, because they are the cursed seed, meaning that their mitochondrial DNA is being cut off by the transmission of the sun. Remember, the Canaanite is the cursed seed, meaning that they don't have the ability to procreate, because atmospheric changes manipulates the oxidative metabolism that steals electrons from the sperm cell to where they're not able to have babies. Based on biological assertions, something is off. Because when you look at the rise of artificial intelligence, you're also seeing the rise of children coming up missing. You're also seeing the rise of black women coming up missing, which is not a coincidence. because they got to use artificial insemination through the forms of technology in order to have some type of vitality on this planet. This is why you got to protect the children. They showed you in the movie Weapons about how they're going to use psychotronic magic to galvanize their energy. And you also got to protect the black woman because the black woman has the mitochondrial code, which is the immortal key to the matrix system, which is why they want the properiodic cells in her womb in order to create babies through artificial intelligence.
They lied and said it's the year 2025 when in reality it's the year 1315. I made this whole video and then it got deleted, so this is a video that definitely needs to get out. This whole theory rests on the fact that the millennial reign of Christ has already happened, and they added time, fake history, to obscure the fact that Christ already reigned. This is the partially fake timeline that they say that we are on right now. And the beginning of this is okay. So Jesus was born around 0 AD. And from 30 to 33 AD, he does his ministry, dies on the cross, resurrected from the dead. The destruction of the temple, 70 AD, all that checks out. The early church spreads. That's all fine. Roman Empire declines. All right, we'll just leave that there. But then here's where the big issue comes in. Right here, the Dark Ages, between 500 and 1500 AD. So that's essentially 500 to 1,000 years of no innovation, no cultural innovation, no literature, no nothing. Humans, people were just twiddling their thumbs in the dark, just sitting around. Isn't that suspicious? Doesn't that raise any red flags? Just in the last 20 to 30 years of your country, look at all the changes that have happened, or your city, or whatever. We don't just sit around. Human beings don't just sit around for 1,000 years and do nothing, no innovation. That's fake. Now, Satan was bound. Now, I believe the millennial reign of Christ already happened. So Satan was bound for 1,000 years. And guess who would call it the Dark Ages? If you're Satan and you're bound in the abyss for 1,000 years, pitch black, you can't see jack squat in your face for 1,000 years, yeah, that's the Dark Ages for him. And when he got out after the end of millennial reign, he told the Luciferians, yeah, let's call it the Dark Ages. They added fake kings, queens, popes, wars in the Dark Ages. All that stuff is fake. I believe it's fake. Okay. And then we have the Protestant Reformation. We come up to the 1700s. We have Enlightenment, Industrial Age, the fake wars, fake Revolutionary War. I don't think Revolutionary War happened. Probably fake Civil War too. Probably fake too. 1900s to now. The Christians, a lot of Christians are banking on the rapture. I love my rapture brothers and sisters in Christ. I don't think it's going to happen. But Christ is going to return soon, and it's better for us to prepare to endure with Christ to the end on the earth than to hope and put your faith in and escape. And then the alien invasion. So this is the fake, partially fake timeline that they say that we live on. Now, I believe this is the true timeline, and this is a work in progress, all right? Everyone relax. So the beginning of this is the same as the other one, all right? Christ is born. Jesus does his ministry. He dies on the cross and resurrected from the dead between 30 to 33 AD. And then the tribulation. The temple is destroyed. Judgment was brought to Jerusalem, to the Jews, for crucifying the Messiah of the world. Between 66 and 73 AD was the Great Tribulation. Rome destroyed the temple. The abomination of desolation essentially circled Jerusalem. All that stuff is historically verified. Jesus predicted the future. It was corroborated by Josephus, a non-Christian historian in the 1st century. Josephus talked about, he documented people seeing soldiers and chariots in the sky. They heard crowds of people talking in the clouds. Stuff like that. Christians, a lot of Christians don't even know about that stuff. Research Josephus, the Jewish wars, okay? Like Christ kept his word. He sent forth his angels and all that stuff. It all already happened. Nero was the Antichrist. Like Christ kept his word. He sent forth his angels and all that stuff. It all already happened. Nero was the Antichrist. Nero Caesar, his name in Gematria in Latin and Hebrew equals 666. He was the Antichrist. They deleted 1 million Jews during the Great Tribulation of 66 to 73 AD. The Great Tribulation already happened. Nero wanted to be worshipped as God. He had a mark system, beast system, all that. It all already happened. Okay? And so then, in between 66 and 1070 AD was the millennial reign of Christ. All right? Satan was bound in the abyss for 1,000 years. Tartaria was the physical evidence of the millennial reign of Christ. All those beautiful stone and marble buildings built with precision and perfection and perfect symmetry. And they say that it was all done by hammer and chisel with no cranes, no bulldozers, nothing, which is a lie. All that stuff is from the millennial reign of Christ. Either the people had amazing technology or they had angelic help from angels to pull that off. Okay? If you look at those buildings, it does not make sense for them to have done that by hand. Also, in some of these buildings, you have the letter I or J and then 3 numbers. So like J875 or something like that, which is year of our Lord 875, or year 875 in the millennial reign of Christ. There are also coins that are the same way. The millennial reign ended only 250 years ago, roughly. And so we're living right now, I think, in 1315. If you remove the Dark Ages and remove all that fake history, all the fake wars and fake kings and queens and all that stuff, you take all that stuff out, we're in the year 1315 or anywhere between 1315 and 1319. Okay? And then we're going to have an alien invasion that's coming probably in the next 8 to 10 years. And the aliens are important because, the Earth is flat, by the way. If you didn't know that, the Earth is flat. It sounds moronic, sounds idiotic, but it's the only thing that makes sense. Okay? And they need you to believe in space and round Earth stuff because they need you to believe in aliens. Because we're all going to band together to fight against the aliens, when in reality, we're going to be banding together to fight against Christ. Others who have presented that fake history was added to our timeline. One of them is Anatoly Fomenko, who's a Russian mathematician. He created the new chronology theory, and he said that essentially fake history was added during the Renaissance period. Also, Hedibert Illig, who created the phantom time hypothesis, and he was saying that around 300 or so years was added during the Dark Ages. Okay, I think it was way more than that. I think it's at least 700 years added. So this video is just a theory for entertainment purposes only. I'm just talking crazy. Don't take me seriously.
Violation to work at midnight. That's why they call it the graveyard shift. Graveyard means, and they pay you more on that shift than any other shift, but it's the less productive. Imagine that if you take your car home every night, and if you let the air out all 4 tires and get it flat, that car would last 30 more years. But now it means when you wake up in the morning before you move the car, you got to do what? But now you could drive it without it, right? Yeah, you can drive a car with no air in the tire. Come on. But what would happen? Tap the tires, right? Now hear me good now. When you go to bed at night, your body deflates. And when you wake up in the morning, you got to inflate it. How do you do it? You got to walk in the sunlight for 20 minutes. It goes through this retina and goes back and fills up that body. Any of you all don't do that? Okay? That's universal law. And also, every color in the universe comes from the sun. And that sun goes into your eyes and goes to the pupils and goes to the back. And each color have a certain place to go and wake up and said, okay, and heals. And if you miss that, you walk around with sunglasses, the color can't get to you. That's why if you go where the super, super, super rich who run it, never bought a pair of sunglasses in their life. I'm going to say this again. If you are not up and get 20 minutes worth of sunlight in the morning, there's a thing that happens 90 minutes before sunrise. Energy starts happening. Then sunrise. You all know what I'm talking about. You get out on a hot summer day early in the morning and you walk on the dew and the ground is so wet and cold. And then 10 o'clock, you step on it. It's so hot. Where'd that water go? So hot you can't walk barefooted on that grass that was just wet an hour ago. The whole thing that goes on in the universe is called wake up. You can play your games if you want. You can go to bed, you can be tired, you can watch television, you can get up and not go and get my juice in the morning. The old folks used to do it, they didn't do nothing, they just knew right. They would go hold their head out the window. Hold their head out the window. And talk to the neighbors. They'd be talking. Go talk over the fence. They was in tune. They knew something was going on. They just thought they was being neighborly. No, it was getting my sons raised in the morning.
Man, Dick Gregory don't miss, do he? Rest in peace to the legend. He don't miss. How y'all feel? How y'all feel, man? Was today rollout cool to y'all? Was it it's alright? Or was it fire as normal? Was it a banger? Y'all let me know, man. Spam it up. I feel like they keep us moving, keep us distracted, keep us vibrating at a certain frequency so we can't get back to those steps. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know y'all opinions. I don't think they want us to go back to this. They don't, bro. Come on. They don't. They don't. Because if they go back, we go back to this, then we get along. We go back to this, then we waking up. We go back to this, the planet vibrate higher. I ain't never owned a pair of sunglasses. I don't really like wearing sunglasses. But y'all let me know y'all opinions, man. And I know y'all hate this part of the video, but y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. I know we come with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But again, I appreciate y'all Collective. You watching any TV, whatever the case is. I wish was smooth 7. I will be checking the P.O. box. So those who have sent me some documents, y'all sent some poems and some books. So I will go open that up and check that out as well. I appreciate y'all. And to those who have been commenting, thank y'all again. Until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.